Good morning, everyone. Hope it's a beautiful day to start our learning. Chandani Views welcomes you all for the online class. And let's begin our session with word of the day. And today's word is vague. So, what does the word vague here mean? The word vague here means unclear. So whenever you want to say something is unclear, you can use the term vague and it would make your language look a little bit more polished. And let's get into the actual learning session, and this is for class 5, subject English, chapter 6, and the topic is the blind beggar. Hi friends, I'm Raju. How are you all? Hope you're fine with good health. Do you know where I'm studying? I'm studying in Chandani View School. Every day my school starts at 9 a.m. On my way to school, I saw a beggar. He was very innocent and he was blind. So here we see a little boy and he's walking somewhere and suddenly he sees a blind man. So whom do we call as a blind man? So those who doesn't have the vision, we call them as blind people. And he sees one such, and he also feels that the man is very innocent. He suffered a lot for asking people money and food. So what was the blind man there doing? He was, asking people money and food, and nobody there kind of helped. I have come here to solve the problem and suffering of the poor beggar. So the boy here has come and he is here to help the poor beggar. Let me share you all my feelings through a poem. So the boy here is going to share all his feelings, through a poem. The blind beggar. Each morning as I go to school, if I'm not too late, I stand to watch the beggar man beside the temple gate. He always sits in the same place. He has nowhere to live. He sits and clanks his begging bowl and cries to all to give. I must not poke the beggar man. I must not mock his cry. He has no friends to keep him good and tidy. That is why he cannot see the city dooms and the clear blue sky behind. He cannot see me stand because the beggar man is blind. And though his voice hoarse and loud, and though he cannot see, God loves the poor old beggar man as much as he loves me. So this is the complete poem, and now let's get into the stanza explanation. The blind beggar man. Each morning as I go to school, if I'm not late, I stand to watch the beggar man beside the temple gate. So each morning when the boy moves to school, if he is not late, he, takes some time, stands there and sees what the beggar man is doing beside the temple gate. He always sits in the same place. He has nowhere to live. He sits and planks his begging bowl and cries for all to give. So the beggar man here, he sits on the same place and he has nowhere to go and nowhere to live. So what does he do? He is sitting there and he is clunking his begging bowl. So what does the word clunking here means? Actually, whenever you have maybe two to three coins in this bowl, and when you flip it, you get a sound. So that is what is being described in the word clanks. Okay, and he sits there and he does this movement with the bowl, and and we can hear the sound, and he is begging for money or food. I must not poke the beggar man, I must not mock his cry. He has no friends to keep him good and tidy, that is why. So the blind beggar man here, he does not, you know, poke the beggar man. The boy here, he does not poke the beggar man. Okay? He doesn't mock his cry, and he has no friends to keep him good and tidy. That is why. So why do you think that the blind man here is begging? Because he has no one to take care of, right? Nobody took care of him, and nobody is there to keep him tidy. Okay, we should not, poke the beggar man or mock the beggar man cry. Okay, because there is nobody to help him. Okay. He cannot see the city dooms, a clean blue sky behind. He cannot see me stand because that beggar man is blind. So the blind beggar man here, he cannot see the city dooms. He cannot see the clean sky. He cannot see even the boy standing next to him because the man is blind. He has no vision. And though his voice hoarse and loud, and though he cannot see, God loves that poor old beggar man as much as he loves me. Even though he doesn't have vision, okay, he has a voice. It is hoarse and loud. Okay, the bass is high. His voice is loud. Okay, and he cannot see as well. But the God here loves the old beggar man the same way he loves me. Okay, that is the end of the poem, and let's see the explanation briefly. Let's see them now. Each morning as I go to school, if I'm not too late. So each morning, if the boy goes to school, and if he's not late to school, he takes some time. Okay, he takes some time and he's watching the beggar man beside the temple gates. He always sits in the same place and he has nowhere to go. He is always in the same place because he has nowhere else to go. He sits and clanks his begging bowl and cries for all to give. So he sits in the same place, he cries for money, maybe for people to give him money, he cries. I must not poke the beggar man, I must not mock his cry. So nobody here has the right to, poke or, mock his cry because he has no friends to keep him good and tidy because he has nobody else to take care of him. He has none to keep him tidy. He cannot see the city dooms, a clean blue sky behind. He cannot see the city dooms. Even he cannot see the clean blue sky behind. He cannot see me stand because the beggar man is blind. He cannot see the sky. He cannot see the boy because he is blind. He has no vision. And though his voice hoarse and loud and thought he cannot see. But his voice is very hoarse and loud, but still he cannot see. God loves that poor old beggar man as much as he loves me. Okay, but still God, loves the old poor man the way he loves me. Friends, I think now you have come to know about his sufferings. So we can read the poem lines again, which gives you a clear view now. Read along with me. Each morning as I go to school, if I'm not too late, I stand to watch the beggar man beside the temple. He always sits in the same place. He has no way to live. He sits and clanks his begging bowl and cries to all to give. I must not poke the beggar man. I must not mock his cry. He has no friends to keep him good and tidy. That is why. He cannot see the city dooms and the clear blue sky behind. He cannot see me stand because the beggar man is blind. And though his voice hoarse and loud, and though he cannot see, God loves that poor old beggar man as much as he loves me. Each morning as I go to school, if I'm not too late, I stay to watch the beggar man beside the temple gate. He always sits in the same place. He has nowhere to live. He sits and clanks his begging bowl and cries for all to keep. I must not poke the beggar man. I must not mock his cry. He has no friends to keep him good and tidy. That is why. He cannot see the city dooms, a clean blue sky behind. He cannot see me stand because that beggar man is blind. And though his voice hoarse and loud, and though he cannot see, God loves that poor old beggar man as much as he loves me. Okay, friends, I request you all to help the poor people. We should not tease them and hurt them. See you all soon with another interesting story or poem. Take care. Thank you. Bye.